Earlier this week, NYSE-listed Universal Technical Institute reported its latest quarterly results. The firm says that its revenue rose by almost 10% year on year, and that the number of average full-time students increased by more than 7% during the same span. I do want to send things over to NYSE content creator Ashley Mastronardi, who has more on this story. Ashley, good morning.
Good morning, Kristen. Here to break down those numbers even further is Jerome Grant. He's the CEO of Universal Technical Institute. It's a network of trade schools. Jerome, welcome.
Hey, it's great to hear from you, Ashley. Thanks for having me on the show.
Jerome, can you break down your recent earnings for us?
Well, sure. I think what we're seeing with 10% raise in revenue, 7% in students, and the momentum building is, a real trend in the skilled trades market. I think, one of the things we just heard from Michael in the last segment was white-collar jobs seem to be contrasting, especially initial white-collar jobs and manufactured jobs on the rise. And what we do is we train people for those skilled worker jobs, electricians, HVACR techs, auto mechanics, et cetera, and in the healthcare space. And so we're feeling really great about the momentum this year.
Can you talk a little bit more about that trend? I understand you're seeing an uptick of Gen Zers getting into the trades. Why is that?
Well, I think there's a lot of energy out there that's talking about things like onshoring and the job market for first-time college graduates starting to contract, and people are starting to think a little bit more practically about getting out into the job market as quickly as they can, about great steady jobs that pay quite well, and that inflection point is what we're seeing in our enrollments as well.
All right, and how is Gen Z's growing interest in these hands-on, as you call them, AI resilient careers, reshaping traditional ideas of success, stability, and career prestige?
Well, it really is. I mean, ever since COVID, I think people have gotten dramatically more practical about their careers, their jobs, where they're going to spend their time, and that really plays quite well into what we do. We're the largest trainer of skilled trades in the United States, and what we're seeing is that some students who were thinking maybe I'm going to go on to a four-year school, liberal arts, or something like that, are opting for a quicker path out into the job market, and that's through certifications or associate degrees that are focused in these skills areas.
And NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang was quoted as saying the future workforce will need hundreds of thousands of electricians and plumbers. Do you agree with that statement?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what he was talking about was he's having trouble building data centers because he doesn't have enough electricians, he doesn't have enough welders, he doesn't have enough HVAC techs, and and that's where we stand in the market. We've got a pretty aggressive plan to open somewhere between 2 and 5 new campuses a year for the next 4 years, because what we're spotting in that trend is that all around the country, people are needing more people in the transportation, skilled trades, energy areas, and healthcare, because we also operate in the healthcare space.
And I know you just touched on this, but what will growth look like for Universal Technical Institute in the coming year or so?
Oh, sure. Now, what we're saying, we'll grow double digits for the next 5 years, primarily driven by the fact that we are going to open between 2 and 5 campuses a year. The idea here is to bring this training to many more cities around the country. We have 33 campuses around the country right now, and if we open, say, 3 to 5 for the next 4 years, we're going to try to make a dent in that skills gap. And so double-digit growth in revenue. We've got a target of being a company around $1.2 billion in revenue, $220 million in EBITDA by 2029. And we think that's very achievable with the growth trajectory we're on right now.
And what kind of trades does the Institute focus on?
Well, we have 2 sets. We have 15 campuses that focus in transportation, skilled trades like HVAC, welding, electrical, renewable energy, and aviation. Those go under the brand Universal Technical Institute. And then we have 17 campuses that focus in healthcare, and thus Concord Career Colleges. In healthcare, we train everyone that surrounds the doctor. from nurses, radiology techs, lab techs, pharmacy techs, and we also have a very, very large dental business as well for dental hygienists and dental assistants.
All right, thank you, Jerome Grant, CEO of Universal Technical Institute, for joining us on NYSE Live.
Thanks for having me, Ashley.